to What the Hell. Today we're going to take on a difficult subject, but a subject that needs to be put into place. We're talking about depression and suicide. There was a lot of stuff I was listening to all last week about mostly military. I do vary to the military side of stuff, and people talking about their how they had suicide. One of the guys that was in the actual Somalia for the movie that the movie that came out because of it was Black Hawk Down.
Was a major part of your life. I mean, it's always going to be there.
Yeah.
So when you think military.
Yeah. But when it comes around to it, it's not just military people that went to war. There's a lot of people out there that they have down days. Sometimes it's chemical. Sometimes it's personal life, and they just need that little help to basically get over that hump and everything. A lot of things that people don't understand, the chemical imbalance ones, is they're able to mask it a lot easier. And there's times that you just can't. If a person is like having an off day, and this is when I was working corrections, they said a little bit in the military how to take those scenarios of people and everything, how they're feeling and everything, and try to just talk to people. That is actually the best way to help a person that's thinking about committing suicide or that is depressed, is talking to people. A lot of people actually, I have people ask me, it's like when I'm going down the road and everything, I'm just waving at people. I was like, you don't know, or smiling at people and waving, or something to that extent. And someone asked me, was like, why do you always do that? You're smiling, greeting people and everything. I was like, you don't know what that person did that day, or what that person is having a bad day to the point where they're probably going to go home and suck on a shotgun.
Yeah.
And what I just did probably just saved a person's life, and I never know it. I probably saved like 15,000 people. Or
give us cake.
Yeah. or 5 people. And after I said that, he started doing it. And, it's that type of mentality that a lot of people don't understand, is help people out.
That being pleasant to one another. It seems like society has downgraded so far, because I remember driving along, like you said, people always waving at you, especially around these parts in Texas.
Oh yeah, I was like
it hardly ever happens anymore.
Yeah, every time I pass somebody by, they wave me.
Yeah.
And here in Texas.
Yeah.
And especially if you get in those back roads and everything.
Yeah.
And you
and
pass
nowadays
somebody.
It's like,
yeah.
No one waves. Not even the old timers anymore.
Nah, I still have old timers that wave at me.
Well, I'll wave, and if they notice me wave, they wave back. But if I don't initiate it, I've noticed there's hardly anyone that ever initiates a wave at me.
Yeah.
No, I don't do it on busier roads and stuff. But when I'm in the neighborhood.
Oh, I did it on busier roads when I was walking over that one day.
Really?
Oh,
well, that's you're walking though.
Yeah.
And they probably just thought you were some crazy guy walking down the street.
It wouldn't be far off.
Yeah, it was pretty accurate.
But it's in my opinion, a person that commits suicide, I mean, there's a small, minute thing to where, and people will probably get upset about me, but there's some reasons why you should commit suicide. And the reason is, like, if you have a fatal disease and you feel that that whole Dr. Kevorkian back in the day, the assisted suicide.
I'd say that's different. Though.
Yeah, that is different and everything. You're living through pain. You're already
if you have a terminal illness, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
I personally have had suicidal thoughts in my past. I really have.
Well, I had one like 2 weeks ago.
Well, I have recently too. But my thing is that I just like to trudge along because I want to see what's next.
Yeah.
And it can only get worse.
Yeah.
I could say it only could get any better, but it could only get worse. Because trust me, that's all it does is get
My
worse.
what
I guess I like abuse. That's why.
what really gets me going to the next day sometimes is literally just, you know, what movie's coming out. And it might be silly, it might be stupid and everything like that. But if you have that mentality of, hey, what's coming out 2 weeks? What's coming out tomorrow? What's happening tomorrow? You can actually trudge your little self a little bit further.
Yeah, I'm so out of touch of what movies are coming out, or
well, that
I've been out of touch for years.
or it doesn't have to be like movies. It could be
one
like
and be like, hey, the new blah blah blah's out. I was like, oh, they made another one.
yeah. Or it could be like game, or it could be, you know, a scenario, a game that you're playing right there.
I just want to see what dumb thing I do next, or my friends do next. And trust me, there's never an under.
Yeah, I do a lot of stupid things. You do a lot of stupid things too.
Say, and all three of us. Box does dumb stuff. Box does less dumb stuff than us because he thinks things out now.
Yeah,
he's gotten to that point to where he thinks it out.
You know? I think
we literally were joking while putting that wall up and everything else, and before we put all the different struts in and everything.
Yeah.
What do you recall them? The 2x4s that go up and down. Studs, yeah. But before we set the wall up and everything else, I was like, we could get Dave over here, and then boss was like, no, the wall will be crooked.
It probably would be.
I was like, or he'd just come over here and eat up our steaks and drink some beer and leave. That one time you went over to Ken's house.
No, that one time that I did do that, it wasn't that. It was, I confronted him about it.
Yeah.
About the whole what was going on. I was like, dude, do you realize that I cut myself that day and I was hyped up on pain pills. I wasn't gonna be efficient.
Yeah.
I finally made it over there to see if I can do anything just with my right hand. He's like, well, I didn't realize that. I was like, yeah, you didn't realize that. You just wanted to bitch and complain. He's like, man, I'm sorry. And we've got past it.
Yeah. He hasn't got past it. He hasn't complained about it yesterday. I'm kidding. Like, damn it, Kai.
But
don't do me this way.
I was like, I'm only committed. I only went through. I actually finished up on doing a suicide attempt. I did die, and I don't know how I got back alive. I was just back alive. But that was right after I had a compound of stuff happen to me in my life. My mom committed suicide, and this time frame. This is happening when I was in I was 21, 22, and then at that time, the girl I was seeing for a while got pregnant, and she ended up having the baby in her apartment, in the bathroom, and then apparently the baby died, and she just threw it in the trash can. And I didn't hear about all this stuff and everything. Everything was like after the fact, and then I just went down a really bad spiral that cost me a lot to myself. And after that, anything that it takes a lot to bring me down nowadays. I was like, the last time I was brought down really hardcore, and it wasn't breakups. I don't care about breakups anymore.
They don't seem to affect me.
Or people that treat me like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's more or less, if that actually does happen to me in my lifetime, I was like, okay, if that person's out of my life, I don't have to deal with it anymore. Or
it's like a sense of relief now.
Yeah, it really is. It is a sense of relief that I don't have to deal with that shit anymore. Mm. But last time,
several breakups have been that way.
Yeah, last time friend that actually committed suicide and it broke me. It takes me about 2 years to come over that hump. But last time it was Ava's death. She was 18, and her actual birthday, I think 6. She would have been 7 or 8. Yeah, probably about 8 years old to this day. What had happened was I was babysitting this kid, and her name was Ava. And what had happened is the boyfriend of the mother that I wasn't seeing her or anything. I didn't do anything with her, but I would babysit her, and it compound to where I was babysitting her for like 3 to week-long days because the mother was a piece of shit. We tried to get the baby away from the mother, and the boyfriend ended up, after about a couple minutes dating each other and everything, bashed the baby's head in and killed the baby. She didn't die right off. What had happened is she was on life support for about 4 days, and the doctors just said, if she comes back from this, she'll be brain dead. She'll basically be a vegetable, so we're just gonna cut it. And I just broke.
Yeah. Who could blame you though?
Yeah, and it wasn't. And
I mean, granted, it wasn't your child, but when you take a kid into your life like that,
yeah,
you know, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
You know?
And that was the last time that I have financial problems all the time, and I get over it. It's like, oh, I'll just have to work harder. That's how I get over that hump. I work harder on different things and everything. But something like that, it just broke me to the point to where if a lot of my friends weren't around to make sure I was alive, and luckily, Michael, he was the one that took care of me during that time frame, and he did take care of me. And a lot of people that, like, why are you friends with Michael? It's like, Michael and me are like brothers.
Michael's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude. And
he's weird, but he's a good dude.
Yeah. But we take care of each other like brothers. I mean, like me and you. We would take, if you go, oh man, I just don't. I was like, let's go out of town. Let's go do something real quick. Let's go do something. But
yeah, there's been several times you forced me to get out of my shell.
Yeah.
Because usually when I get depressed, I withdraw a lot.
And pulling this guy
out of my shell is almost impossible.
No, it's not. It's not impossible. You just gotta grab by both ears and just pull and just chunk in the car. My back's starting to hurt because I'm, older now. I can't do it too often.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to help out a little bit, and sometimes I do that. But communication towards other people and everything, just find some people to talk to. If you're down and out and everything, Sergeant Major that went through Black Hawk Down and everything, he even said, he was like, man, if it wasn't for a phone call, I would have been dead. I was at that point where I didn't feel like my life had any meaning. And that's what a lot of people don't understand is people that don't have meaning, and people that want to do stuff constantly and everything to give themselves a purpose. And that's what people need. They need a purpose. They need something to strive for.
Mm-hmm.
Or just talk to, or just hang out. And sometimes that works and sometimes that doesn't work. And a lot of people that do commit suicide, like Robin Williams, the reason why he ended himself is because he was feeling, he was in that aspect of he had a terminal disease, and eventually down the line he would eventually either die or he would just be in a hospital, and he didn't want that, and that's the reason why he committed suicide. But he was also one of those people that he suffered depression and everything for most of his lifetime, and then he was given the word that he had a terminal disease, and he died. And that's how he
Isn't
wanted
it
to
weird
die.
that a lot of comedians actually suffer from depression? Isn't that weird?
Not entirely, because if you think of, it's not weird, but it's to the point to where that's their out.
Yeah.
And it's not just, people that suffer depression, it's also people that have been addicted to something.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of addicts are comedians. And because they became a comedian, it actually helps with. It's their therapy.
Yeah,
every comedian will tell you.
For humor.
Yeah, every comedian will tell you, or every person that speaks out on or a public speaker or anything like that, they'll tell you, hey, the reason why I do this is because I want to feel that purpose. I want to make either A, make people laugh, or B, make people better.
Well,
because they're not better.
Also to get that laugh from the crowd too.
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine having that reaction from the crowd. I mean, not being a comedian, you know, when you tell a joke around a group of your friends and you get your friends to laugh, that's kind of a little rush right there, you know?
Yeah, but I usually don't get laughs. I go, what the hell is wrong with you, Dave?
Yeah.
What goes through your... Can you write a book so we can pinpoint what is fucked up about you?
Need a self-help book here?
Well, that's... Okay, on that note, though, the one thing, the reason why I don't like helping people that much is I'm so afraid of helping somebody out and they become the next Hitler. Or they do some... Well, that would be so freaking strange. It's like, hey, you know that guy? He's like, yeah, man, I helped him out. He said he was having problems to get to his goal of what he wanted to do in life and everything. And yeah, he was a serial killer. Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
But
his goal was to kill 100 people, and he was really not doing it.
And he was really close. The devil told him to sacrifice so many lives, and he didn't feel comfortable doing it. And you gave him the boost he needed. I'm like, shit.
He got over that hump and killed another 75 orphanages.
Yeah. What the hell? But that's the thing that people don't understand. The people that are happy aren't really happy.
Yeah.
I had this one rabbi. Well, he was a rabbi, but he was a clergyman in the Air Force. He was part of that job. And I went to him because me being a cook, I have to talk to people, give them, boost them around and everything like that. And I came up to him one day because he looked really down. I was like, hey, buddy, what's going on? Too much people that are happen to have to talk to. I was like, no, I feel alone. I was like, I looked around. I was like, there's dozens of people. I was like, you mean alone that you're feeling in the inside, or alone that you don't know? And I eventually talked to him and everything. And he was like, yeah, I have a family. I have all this stuff and everything, but I just feel so alone. I was like, well, talk to a stranger. A lot of people don't understand it. I get this a lot. People just want to talk to me. I don't know why. Because I say some fucked up shit at times.
We have that friendly face. It's like
I get
dark. It's that dark hidden secrets and behind the facade. They're like, let's talk to this guy. He looks nice. Oh shit, what's it coming out of his mouth?
Yeah.
Hitler babies what? Oh my god. That's another thing to think about it. A lot of reasons I think for people being more depressed these days is social media. Because you look at all these people, they have these great lives and everything, and they don't ever post the horrible things in their life. They just post the wonderful, great, fun things that they do. And other people view that, not realizing that these people's lives are shit sometimes.
Well,
they only see the good.
Well, on something like that, I don't want to say that social media is a problem now, because if you actually think about
I'm not saying it is the problem.
It's the new problem.
It contributes to some.
It's a new factor.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people back in the day,
because you want to compare your life to other people's lives, and then when you see this, because no one's ever posting, I had a flat tire today, unless, they're one of those people that cry about every fucking thing.
Yeah.
You've got the two different types. Oh, look at this wonderful meal I'm having. Oh, I'm on this vacation. And then you have, oh, my life sucks. Look at this horrible shit, this horrible shit, this horrible shit. And then they post stuff like, yo, that bitch better.
No,
You know,
I don't think
those random fish comments.
I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is now it's more visible.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And I don't,
You
because
look at other
everybody,
people's lives as a comparison to your life, or am I doing decent, life? And then you see these people's posts where, their Facebook facade, their life looks perfect. That's what I'm saying.
okay. I can understand that, but what I'm going with is the fact of, no matter what, those people, if they didn't have the social media or the internet to actually talk to somebody, they would still complain about that stuff to somebody. The visibility nowadays is people are actually seeing that now.
That's exactly what I'm saying, dude. You're arguing the same point. The point I'm trying to make.
Well, you're doing it in a different factor.
When you're saying they can see.
No, because I was thinking that you were saying
finish
about,
yours, because you're really honestly going up the same boat that I just went up.
Well, no, you're saying that the way I was coming off on that is like the Instagram models. Mm-hmm. Okay, everything's fine and everything like that.
Yeah.
My life is great. Blah 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 blah. And then you actually talk to them in real life, and they're living in a shed out in the back.
Are you arguing my point or yours right now?
I think I'm arguing your point
because you are. I'm trying to say is
because okay, but they don't show that. They don't show.
Okay,
that.
Before Facebook, before reality, you had your comparison of your neighbors or your friends. All right, and you could see sometimes the good and the bad, and like you compare your life to that. But like, oh, okay, well, blah blah blah. Well, now you have Facebook where you can delve into anybody's life, and all they show is the good, and they never show the bad. Okay. And so when you're trying to find a comparison of how your life is, whether it's good or bad, all you're seeing are these perfect lives.
Okay. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say
is
those.
You're arguing the same day.
No. You're
arguing opinions.
Yeah, put it in the comments. No, you're okay. The way that I feel that you're arguing. You're arguing.
My argument.
Your argument. I can't even say that right. The way I'm coming off of is you're talking about the people that are showing all that stuff that's good in their life. Me, I'm talking about the people that just go up there and say, it was like, pray for me, and that's it.
Well, yeah, there's two types. There's the perfect life, and the people that just say the random fishing comments.
Yeah. Okay.
There's two different groups. But what I'm trying to say is when you're looking for a life comparison. Okay, am I successful at life? And you look at all these, it's like, really, they just went on another trip.
Yeah.
They just went.
I've actually seen there, because I don't know how I get them, but a lot of the times I get these motivational stuff to where it's like they did this little skit of an Instagram model. Everything looks perfect. They have this great car. There's great living and everything like that. And they show this guy that didn't have everything they wanted. They didn't have the great car and everything like that. But they showed his life with his girlfriend and everything. Him and his girlfriend was getting along. They were still making payments on the stuff they needed to make. They were paying the bills. And then you seen the Instagram model that was trying to show everything that his life is, and they're always arguing. They're always screaming at each other and everything like that. And they really didn't have that great of life. Mm-hmm. But that we have that open curtain of the windows of people's lives nowadays, but we don't have the full story.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've been saying. You look for this example of life, and they're not showing the bad stuff. They're just showing the good.
Yeah. Oh, I love showing bad stuff in my life.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I look so stupid.
If you look at, not to go into full details about someone's life right here because I don't want to piss him off, but you know the details of my brother's life. Now, if you go on his Facebook page, he's always going on trips and everything else and having a blast of his life.
Yeah.
That's what his Facebook page looks like. Perfect life. But then, you knowing him personally, you know the rest.
Yeah.
I mean, we won't go into great detail of that, but
Yeah, because he's always angry.
yeah. But
I
you
still,
see what
I
I'm saying, though. I mean, that's the perfect example. What I'm trying to say is you want to find out, okay, well, am I doing life right? And you're seeing these people that have these perfect lives because they're not posting the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
They're just posting the good stuff. And you're like, no.
I still think
I suck at life.
I still think to this day the only reason why he dates really ugly chicks is to make him feel better.
Let's stop that conversation. But anyway.
Makes him feel pretty.
It's self-esteem issues from when he was younger.
Anyways, but when it comes down to it, and like I said, I'm gonna put the description of a lot of suicide hotlines that you can probably call. There is a lot of help that is for people, and if you feel to the point where you need to go get some therapy, get some therapy. Sometimes it's chemical, sometimes it's not. I know a lot of people that are always depressed, and they're always saying depressed things, and they want that kind of. And there's people that treat suicide as an attention grab. It's like, oh, I'm gonna commit suicide today. I don't feel my life. And there's some of them are like kids that are like 20 and 19. I was like, dude, you have. I was like one of the people that I work at the job I work at right now. They goes like, hey, can I give you $30 and you kill me? I'm like, one, your life's not that horrible. Well, I'm having a hard problem trying to pay my bills and everything like that. And I tell them, I was like, did you have to pull a cord of a life support of an 18-month-old kid and the baby had to die? No. Then shut the fuck up. Your life isn't that horrible. Well, I just feel so. I was like, you feel like the world is coming on you. You have too much on your shoulder. Fucking work that shit out.
Well,
stop being a little bitch.
Everybody has their own issues.
And a lot of people will get upset at me, but I'll just tell them, it's like, stop being a little bitch.
You're just trying to tell them to, trying to motivate them. But, that could work on some people. Some people it just pushes them down further.
Yeah.
Just varies.
Because I had a person, they were like, life is like this and everything. I was like, dude, your life isn't that bad. And you're doing this? It was like, well, yeah. And I show him Crispy Avilla. Crispy Avilla has literally gotten torched. That's the reason why his name's Crispy. Fucking love the military. But he can't hold it. He has gripping problems because his hands are like crimped up like this. And you can look at him on I'll put it in the description. It's Crispy, or I'll put a photo of him. And you might think, oh man, he has all this stuff. He's missing a leg. His life must be horrible. Dude, that is the most upbeat person you possibly talk to. His life, he might have been given like a shit storm on life, but he's the most positive person you can come up to. And he's approachable. He's very, very approachable. Nice, sweet guy. If it comes around to it and someone's like, oh, Crispy's this, you probably count him on a bad day, but he's a better guy. Yeah. Talk to him tomorrow. You can go talk to him tomorrow and everything is, it's just one of those things. People don't understand that life's not that horrible.
Yeah.
There at time you got your ups and you got your downs and you got your points to where you just want to go, oh man, can we do this tomorrow?
Yeah. Nobody's life is perfect, And then I think it's a lot of that illusion, like going back to Facebook, the illusion of perfect life. You gotta remember,
And I really don't want that perfect life because it looks so boring.
I like to be able to hike more than I get to.
That would be
Something like that.
I would like to pursue my interests a little bit more than I have been.
Yeah.
And talking to people is, one of the things was like a couple of years back. It was like I wanted to talk to people, and I started listening to podcasts and started listening to people. Well, first you got to listen to people, then you got to get the motivation to do that yourself, and I eventually got that, and it's worked out a lot better for me now. I feel it would take like a tragedy for me to have something that goes up to the point to where I get down again. Mm-hmm. And tragedy, right now it's just money trouble because we're in our economy right now. It's going in a shitstorm. There's not much gonna happen with that.
Yeah.
But I guess that's about it for today.
Okay.
We can go ahead and close it out.
All right.
All right. You ready to close it out?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. All right. I'm David Dickerman.
I'm Guy King.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you like this episode. Don't give it a bad one. You're forced to.
Depressed people only do down ones.
Yeah. We're up on Facebook. You can check us out there. Comment on us. We'll get back to you as soon as we can and as soon as we see it. And love you guys. Everybody have a good day.
Bye.